hello. Welcome to the Sports Dynasty podcast on Facebook again. Let me just. What's that? Looks pretty good now. Hold on, let me get everything ready, bro. Hold on. Check everything's ready. Hello, Mary. You know you're right next to me. Let me check out right now. Okay, bring the camera on. Okay. I think we can this thing up. Oh, I can hear you. Yes. Hello, sir.
Busy day, sorry.
Huh?
It's a busy day, sorry.
I know. Same here on my side. Everything. It's good. We get everything set up. Before we get set up, what we gotta do? This is I think it's the second or third one we're doing right now. A third or fourth, I believe. I think a fourth, I believe.
What, live show?
Yes.
Like third or fourth, I forget which.
Yeah, so anyway, like, share, subscribe to our iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, iHeartradio, Google Play Radio, at Podcast Dynasty on Twitter. Let me turn that down for you. That was actually you texted me. The text you texted before. Anyway, okay.
You just getting that now, or you just didn't pay attention to it?
No, I didn't hear it the first time. So all right, ready?
In other words, you didn't pay attention to it. I see you. I understand.
Listen, I didn't hear it. Anyway. Oh yeah, most important, yeah, I was saying before. Make sure when you go on iTunes and YouTube, the iTunes or any of those platforms that you rate and comment, that helps us go up in the food train for iTunes. And
You said the food chain.
World. I couldn't think of any better word. Juan has put the links into the chats for those to check us out. We did very good last week. Over like 150, 200 views already. I didn't check on it again, but it was really good. We did really good conversation. Hopefully now, since we won't have to, end abruptly, I think we're going to be just fine right now this time. We had a whole lot of shit to talk about. So anybody, you know how it is. You always come in and join the conversation like you always do. You guys are great. So yeah. Okay, so whenever you're ready, we can get started on what's going on. Also, most importantly, if you live in the New York City area, Phase 2 is on Monday, so yeah.
How do you know what's going on with that? I ain't paying attention at all.
Yeah. Basically, the like restaurants can sit people down on the outside, like bars that have like serve food. You can basically watch. You can go to a bar outside, sit down. Basically, like brunch. That's pretty cool for you, which is cool.
Just outside the premises.
Yeah.
But not in, yeah, okay.
Cool. Jerry's in the building. What's up, Jerry? Melissa is in the building. Oh, Melissa Doogie. What's up, bud? The Doogie family is in the building. What's up? So, what's up, Jerry? Anyway, so whenever you want to get ready, started, we can get started.
I'm ready. You say you got mad shit to talk about. I'm very curious to see what you got to say, so go ahead and start everything off.
All right. Anyway, so let's get started right now.
I'm paying attention.
We are talking about, MLB. They're finally they're basically going back and forth with, what they're they're going to have a season or not. So the proposed one that they had for Rob Manfred said 60 games and, half pay. But, of course, the U wasn't going for it because they feel that they're not going to take a pay cut for nobody. So, it's pretty dumb. So I wouldn't take a pay cut either. Hey, this is Tiny, my dog Tiny. Well, not my dog, but you know what I'm talking about. So George,
I'm about to say hello.
Not my dog, but he wanted to say hello. So it's all good though. Anyway, back to what I was saying before. So the MLB disputes going on right now is pretty much horrible right now. Like no one can really get an idea of what they want to do as far as everything. The players want their money, rightfully so. The owners make too much money to be so goddamn cheap. So I just don't get why it's so damn cheap. So now
I don't get how that dog is so damn cute.
Yes, it's tiny. Yeah,
adorable.
My best friend. Anyway, we come back in a minute. Anyway, yeah. So they came up with a proposal again. The players talking about 70 games with full pay. Full pay. So they'll get their money. split 70 games
in 70 games. Wow.
70 games, and they'll be able to extend, more money for the playoffs. So I think this is the best. This was the best the deal they're going to get right now. Honestly speaking, I feel that if they say no to this, if the owners say no to this, then it's not going to be a season, because this is ridiculous. Like you already lost so much money, not playing already.
He
So
did.
and then for somebody, for a league that's struggling for not popularity, but then most people, the fans of baseball are older people who are big fans of baseball, or someone who grew up on it. But like the younger generation is not watching. Nike says sports should be canceled until fans can come back. I agree. I'm not gonna lie. I do agree. I do feel that it's taking away from the experience, the fan experience, because you know how it is. How it is.
Ooh, that's a big hot take right there. Sports
It
should
is.
be canceled until fans can come back.
I mean, I get it because it takes away from the fan experience, but at the same time, like, come on, man, I need my sports back.
What are we supposed to do?
What exactly? Like, what are you supposed to do? Like, is that like? I'm all for watching reruns, but not the same reruns every day.
We already did that.
We did that.
We're doing it for 3 months now. Like,
seriously, and then I'm still doing the Patriot Dynasty mode that we did before.
oh yeah, we stopped that. I forgot about that.
I know, but I was still doing it. And I took notes about it, so like abbreviated things about it. I'm like, damn, I miss sports too. I miss it. I miss it so much. It's like, damn, but I don't know, but
you see, this is the point I would take, but this is gonna be a little controversial, I guess, because they won't consider wrestling a sport. But wrestling is doing actually pretty decent without the fans, and there is no platform where fans are more important than wrestling, no question. But they're doing pretty well. It's not bad. I watched a couple of these pay-per-views from both AEW and WWE. They're not that bad without fans. So what do you think about to see basketball and to see football without fans? I don't see what the problem is there. I think we'll be okay.
Shout out to my boy Nelson. Hold on one second. Shout out to my boy Nelson.
Oh no, we getting mad traffic. Let's go.
Shout out to my boy Taylor. I went to middle school with him. Middle school. It's like 5th grade.
No, I love it. Hold on. I love it because remember we were talking about earlier today. Now that there's a couple of people here watching, how about y'all answer a little, I guess, poll? Let's say Trevor and I decide to have a little wager, right? Loser does something stupid or have to do something interesting. What should the loser do? Whether it's Trevor or I, what should they do? Go ahead and let us know.
I love it. I love the idea. He talked about this morning. I'm like, oh shit, that'd be a great idea. Spice things up a little bit. You need better. I'm literally talking through an iPad. Like, I don't have a mic. I'm literally talking on an iPad. So I'm trying to.
I'm on my phone. I'm literally talking on this because we can't do it on the computer.
That's what I can do right now. But I'm trying to speak a little bit louder so everybody can hear me. But yeah, right now I'm all the way on the. Yeah. So hold on. Anyways, can anyone hear me? Is the first thing? Yeah.
I can hear you perfectly fine. I don't.
Okay, cool. So then,
I mean, the mic is like on my face. Maybe that's why I'm so much louder. If I'm that much louder than you, I don't know.
Yeah.
Gets pied.
Gets pied. But nah. Who knows? Like I like the the punishment type of idea. For these wages, I like it. I can't wait for it. Well, we'll see about it going forward, but it's gonna be great though. But back to the baseball thing, it's like, what are you gonna do? Like, just if you don't take this thing, you might as well just leave. You might as well not even do it. Wait till next year and call it a day. Other than that, that's my take.
America without baseball.
I mean,
I don't think it was that much long ago that happened. Anyway, they didn't have a big strike in the '90s or something. Like they didn't have one. I think. Yeah.
They risked a World Series. They risked the World Series because the union is so strong. They said, "Nah, fuck that. We're not doing this," and they risked a World Series just to get their.
But they had it though.
Yeah. And it worked, and that's why baseball has the best players union in America.
So we'll see. That it'll be very weird. Oh, America without the MLB. Like I know it. Like it's America's pastime. They got 2 leagues that are worth more or whatever. But no baseball though. That's literally like that's American. I mean, it's worldwide. Everybody play baseball, but Still, no United States without no MLB. That's weird, bro.
The
Drinking egg.
losers.
Well,
I'm like,
I guess that's a good one because we both had the same reaction.
I mean, listen, that could be an idea too. That's horrible. But
I should probably write these down.
I'm gonna keep an eye
I'm gonna
on
write
them.
these down.
Keep an eye on them too.
Ugh, that egg thing, bro.
Yeah. Hey Jerry, who's your favorite baseball team? If you don't mind me asking. Everybody, I know most of y'all are Yankee fans, but just type down everything saying which fans of baseball. If you watch baseball, what fans are you guys? You already know who I am. Boston Red Sox all day, every day since Pedro Martinez. That's my guy.
Make Trevor wear what player? Just a Judge, because I don't think you like Judge either way. Like that'll be a good play. Look at his face. You see his face, guys? See that is what you probably should do for him, right?
I would not. First of all,
for us to be a better show, the damn right you're gonna do it. What you mean?
St. Louis Cardinals. That's a good team. The St. Louis Cardinals has an amazing fan base.
That's Raul's favorite team, I think.
That's an amazing fan base.
The St. Louis Cardinals. That's a good place.
Absolutely. I've been there, St. Louis in 2015, and we watched the Cubs and make sure we hate again.
I'm dead. Well, that's up to our team being good in order for him to hate again. Otherwise, there's nothing to hate on.
No. First of all, I remember in 2012, this is a picture of me that I lost a bet. I lost a bet with Ashley, with high school, and I had to wear a Jabba Chamberlain Yankee jersey.
Oh, he's from St. Louis. No wonder. I'll see that.
Yes, I had to wear a Jabba Chamberlain Yankee jersey, and just took a picture of it, and you can see my face. I literally want to cry because I hate.
You still have it, right? I think I remember that picture.
I still have it. Yes, I do. And for those, I'll post it just because I'm a good sport. And
I have a small story too, very small. I remember my friend. Well, he's not my friend anymore, but yeah, that's a different story also. But I think I bet you got it that quick. 2012, I think he tried to bet me about New England versus the Jets because it was Thanksgiving. If anybody knows anything about football in the past, I think everybody knows what game that is. But this is before it happened. He's a baseball guy though, so I bet him that summer. All the way to Thanksgiving, if the Patriots wind up winning, he has to wear your team stuff because if you ever mention Red Sox to him, he'll want to kill himself or kill you. And then I had to wear Jets gear. At the time, I still kind of hated the Jets because it was about 2 years off of them beating us in the playoffs or whatever. I didn't like that very much, so I still kind of had animosity towards them. But what's hilarious about it though is that I want to say October, like a month before Thanksgiving, he completely bitched out of the whole thing. And then what happened that Thanksgiving? The butt fumble happened. So that would have been the single funniest thing I had to make him do if we had to wear a Big Papi jersey or someone like that. That would have been great. But he bitched out so hard. And luckily so, because again, the butt fumble happened that Thanksgiving.
I remember when they was building the new Yankee Stadium, and one of the construction guys put a David Ortiz jersey inside the new Yankee Stadium when they was building it.
That's fucked up. Shit, that could be cursed. Maybe that's why we ain't shit.
They won the World Series the year they opened, but that was the last time they won. So I guess
exactly. Maybe sometimes curses are delayed. Ask Madden. Ask Madden and Antonio Brown.
No rings for you. So about 27 World Series championships. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever. Most of y'all was only allowed to see 7, maybe 8.
I can't wait to destroy you. I can't wait for it happens. I can't wait. I can't wait to destroy you. When it fucking happens, I can't wait to destroy you.
Won 4 titles in the 21st century.
It's all right. But it happened while Sports Dynasty was in. So when Sports Dynasty's in and we win, I'm gonna destroy you. That's what I'm gonna say.
That's fine. But also the Yankees. First of all, the Yankees, the biggest choke artist in New York.
Keep piling it up. Keep piling it up. Keep doing it.
I'm gonna say it. First of all, the only Yankee that I respected was Jeter, even though he's an asshole in real life. I respected Jared Jeter as a player. I respected Posada as a player, and I respected Mariano Rivera as a player. The one person I didn't respect.
But why are you saying it in past tense though? Respected. They ain't shit now. They died. Like, well, I don't get it.
Well, because in real life, off the baseball field, except for Posada, Derek Jeter's an asshole, and Mariano Rivera's an asshole too. But for that other reasons, we're not gonna get into that right now.
I kind of want to get into it. I want to hear this.
Nah, I don't think we want to. It's kind of I don't want to get that political thing going on.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, no problem.
I'd rather not. So,
yeah, no problem.
The only person on the Yankees that I thought was a real dickhead, I couldn't stand him, was Andy Pettitte. Fuck Andy Pettitte. Fuck him. I'm gonna tell you why. Andy Pettitte, dick ride, and snitched on Roger Clemens talking about using steroids, knowing damn well his ass using steroids too. And then he goes to the Astros, right? Then he goes to the Astros, retires and everything, right? Comes back to come back to the Yankees again, only to retire the same day as Mariano Rivera. No one was thinking about your punk ass. Mariano Rivera
I'm dead.
had the whole farewell tour, and I was all for it. I like Mariano. Mariano was great. The rivalry was great and everything. And here comes in his last game in Yankee Stadium against the Orioles. Here comes punk ass Andy Pettitte walking down the mound together. So yeah, it's our last game, bro. It's our last game. Bitch, no one's thinking about you. The fuck? Nobody's thinking about you. Okay? I hate Andy Pettitte. I hate Andy Pettitte.
I see that.
I love A-Rod after he retired. I think he's a great analyst for MLB. I think he's great.
Yeah, I think he's pretty good too. I like him too.
I think he's great. When he played for the Yankees, I hated him because
obvious reasons. Yes.
Obvious reasons. Because he played for the Yankees. I'm not gonna lie. When Jacoby Ellsbury left the Red Sox to go to the Yankees, I said, "Well, fuck you. I hate you." The same thing with Johnny Damon. I said, "You're dead to me. I hate you." Like once you put that Yankee pinstripe on.
The pinstripes. The beautiful pinstripe.
I'm good. And yes, I live in the yes. I know. He said, "Oh, but you live in the Bronx."
Everybody knows that by now, bro.
Everyone knows that by now. I know that. The point is, I can't stand them. Even though the Astros did cheat y'all in 2017, I'll give you that. But
it is what it is.
That is what it is. But in 18, you got killed by the Red Sox, destroyed by the Red Sox, and in 19, you got choked yet again against the Astros. Ian, they were using fucking buzzers, and he still choked. So I don't care. So anyway, but y'all had enough of my hatred for the Yankees anyway, because I don't want to people like, oh, you being a hater.
It's been a while.
I'm a hater.
It's been a while.
I am a hater. Listen, I understand. I am a hater. I can't stand the Yankees at all. The Giants, except for those 2 Super Bowl rings, fuck them. The Knicks are just irrelevant to me. They're irrelevant to me. Jerry, I was born and raised and still live in the Bronx. Me and Juan, we literally live minutes away from Yankee Stadium. That's how close we are. How close we are to the Yankee Stadium. I live in the Bronx.
And that's also very ironic that he lives literally walking space from Yankee Stadium and he hates him so much.
I have to pass the Yankee Stadium to go to work. And it's, I hate the Yankees. I hate them. And I swear, even though I'm probably the only Boston fan in my family, I'm more likely I am. If I haven't had children, and they told me, "Hey, I want to be a Yankee fan," I'm looking at them like, "Okay, do what you want to do, but I'm not gonna like it though." But yeah, that's my baseball rant for now. So it's all good though.
Feel better? Feel nice? It's good to let it out?
I do actually. I love it. I love it a lot. I think it's great. But I will post that picture of me wearing that Yankee jersey from 2012 when we lost to the ALDS. So yeah, I'll post it, and you'll see how angry and upset and young I was. I was much skinnier then, but you know. Anyway,
well,
football moves. So I have to say this because it's like, it's the elephant in the room, unfortunately, and it is what it is. Obviously, we're trying to get the NFL season start, and everything seems to go good. Well, until we have a problem.
Until good old Texas.
Multiple players have caught the coronavirus, a la Ezekiel Elliott for the Dallas Cowboys. That's one big name.
They said what, like 15 players in Texas, something like that. It is some savage number.
The Cowboys and the Texans, like 15 players got coronavirus, but only Ezekiel Elliott's name came out because he's a big name. And two,
he's the big name.
I'm pretty sure that violates HIPAA laws because his agent did not release that information. So we have to ask ourselves this question: do you think with the recent, I can't even say it. The recent news of these players getting COVID-19, will this mean that the NFL season will be halted or stopped whatsoever? And I'm gonna ask you this question, sir.
Von Miller, Sean Payton, before this, also had it, right?
Correct.
Zeke, a couple of people at Texas, maybe even Florida. We're not entirely sure yet because they were also opened early, like Texas did. And they're one of the states that getting a big spike in cases. I feel like if a couple more bigger states, like if New York, because we're in the process of opening up, if this state has a big spike like that, or Cali, or something like that, then there's going to be a massive problem for the NFL. But if this can be contained, we should be A-okay for the sport at least. Like if it's something small, like it is what it is. But
I was a little concerned regarding, maybe like, okay, this may be a little concerning because we're getting closer to the season. It's only June. Training camp starts in August. Starts in July. August.
It's getting close to training camp.
That's why I was concerned about it. I said, this is not good. But I think they'll be okay. I mean, obviously, I wish they all get better soon, but we have
they are going to get better. They're going to be fine.
But Ezekiel Elliott's a big name. Play for the Cowboys.
Those are the healthiest men in the world. Like, they're going to be fine. They'll get over this pretty quickly.
Which people may tend to, really be a little inclined and a little bit nerve-wracked. I get it, but, I think they'll be okay. Hopefully, it doesn't, really impact the season because I'm not going to lie to you. I'm gonna lose my mind if football doesn't come back.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna flip out. I don't know what I'm gonna do in my life if we don't have football. People think I'm exaggerating. I'm not. I'm dead serious. What are we gonna do in the show if there's no football? Seriously? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? Nah. I mean, we need football, son. But remember, this is the NFL. This is the most money-hungry league out of all of them. They're gonna find a way to have this season no matter what. Ooh, something going on over there.
Tiny, stop. Tiny.
He's mad at something. What's going on?
He hears certain sounds from the door. He's like,
oh, the dog. Yeah, it's a dog. Yeah, that's what my dog in the house does.
First of all, every time when we take Tiny for a walk or the park, but all the other dogs just start barking he knows he's coming outside, talking mad shit. He's like,
you don't get a you get a heart.
Hell yeah, we do need sports.
We 100% need sports. The country needs sports. And that kind of goes into a topic on NBA, the fact that some of the players don't want to play, and they have until the 24th to decide they're going to play in the reopening of the season or not. I don't know if we should do that now or we should wait for a round table for that, but I guess we could do both, I guess, because it's irrelevant, yeah.
We could do both, because I think it's very important, because my good friend Kyrie Irving has some things to say. And though I was with him a little bit. All right, if you don't know, Kyrie Irving wanted the season to be paused because he feels that, obviously, with the social justice going on amongst African Americans in America, obviously, what's going on right now. We're not
it's gonna distract from the movement. That's what he's saying. He didn't say it in the most intelligent way, but that's basically what he was saying.
Thank you. My point exactly.
Yeah, it took Steven Jackson and them to actually clarify what he was trying to say, but we promise not disrespect people here. I almost did twice.
Listen, the reason why I'm hard on him because it's listen, he's known for saying a lot of, I don't want to say fake woke because I'm not gonna say that, but he says things to make it sound like he's smart, and it's bro, that didn't make any type of sense. It's too many times he said some things like he said the Earth is flat, like straight face said the Earth is flat. I'm like, what? Like, what are you doing? Like, constantly saying dumb stuff. Now, if he would have said, hey, the coronavirus is still around, and we want to make sure that the players are safe. I'm all for that. He
Mind
said
you, I
that.
haven't heard that at all. I haven't heard that at all
I'm saying,
from
had he
anybody.
said that, I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that whatsoever. All right, cool with that, whatever. But you're gonna say something about, because of I'll take away from the movement. First of all, I don't think it's taken away from the movement at all. I think the fact that it matters that you guys, being black athletes, had this platform where you're able to entertain the country in a way that we need it badly. We need
Exactly what Jerry just said. Because as the country needs it.
Yeah.
We need something to bring us together. Obviously, if you watch any social media, look at any comment sections, you watch any news, the one biggest mistake that the country is making is that there is no unity among anyone at all. Even the people in the movement themselves can't agree on anything. There's always one side on BLM because of this, because of that, and then they'll disagree, and then this whole little fight. Like there's no unity whatsoever. How can you pass a movement if y'all aren't together? So this stage is a way to convey to everybody what you should be fighting for, what they are fighting for, and what the entire message is, so everybody can stick together. Not apart like it is right now. Together. That's what it should be. But apparently some players aren't seeing it that way, and I'm not blaming them or anything. It's just I thought that was kind of obvious, but maybe not to everybody.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it was him and Dwight Howard that had mentioned it. Now,
Yeah.
Dwight Howard, I don't want to disrespect him either, but I don't want to hear shit Dwight Howard has to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, if LeBron would say some stuff like that, which he wouldn't because he wants to play, he's in favor of playing, bringing it back. If LeBron was to say that, have that stance, I would respect him more because I'm like, all right, cool. I'm not saying Kyrie Irving is not a figure that people should listen to. I'm not saying that. I may not like him as a person or a player, but it doesn't mean that you shouldn't either. It's certain people that I'll listen to. All right, fine. What he's saying makes sense. What he's saying it validates himself. I like Dwight Howard. I want to hear what you got to say. Like he's such a goofball. I can't take him seriously most of the time.
That's kind of messed up.
It's true. I can't take him seriously. He always thinks everything's a joke.
Well, at least in this part, he's not joking, and he has something to lose if he doesn't play. I think he gets a ring. He gets a ring anyway, but if they win, but this will be his first finals in 12 years, and he gets to finally win one, and he's willing to sacrifice the appearance to prove a point. I respect him for that, but I don't think it should be that way.
Just go play. I think if you can do it safely, and there's a way you can do it safely, then go ahead and do it. But I don't think it takes away from the movement at all. He's saying that it takes away from them. I'm like, I don't think that at all. I don't believe that. If anything, we need you guys. We need y'all.
They have the biggest voices.
Yeah.
I don't know if they understand that. They have the biggest voices. You guys, the NBA, you will have the biggest voices. You guys can voice everything through those ESPN cameras right in front of everyone and really get everybody going. Use it, not negate it, not take it out. Use the platform. Just as simple as that.
It is true. Very, very true. I think Stephen A. I want to first take, right? And Stephen A. Smith actually brought up a point. Right? He obviously disagreed with Kyrie Irving, but he said it because, he's saying that if that's the case, that he said that basically all black people will be unemployed because he's saying that if that was the mindset they're going to take, don't go to work because you're trying to figure out what social justice is for the people. It's like if that's the case, then you might as well everyone will be unemployed. Which I understood he was saying. I get what he was trying to say. Sometimes he comes off very, very very brash and over dramatic. I'm like, but he was right though. I agree with him on that part. But for the most part, but I just want to come back. I think everyone wants the NBA to come back so we can be entertained again. Obviously, we want people to be safe and everything like that. But the fact in America, the NBA is predominantly 80%, 85% African American. You have a big voice on a huge platform, and it can reach worldwide. So I don't know.
It's going to reach, not could. It is gonna reach worldwide. Take advantage of the stage. Like you have your social medias and whatever, but that's not bigger than everybody's TV screen when they're watching your ball. You know, it's just as simple as that. I think that'd be forget the sports aspect. I think it's just a waste of an opportunity to really speak out. Like just in terms of the movement. Like forget sports, forget basketball. No, just the fact that you have that stage to say and do and express anything that you can to support this movement. Like, why not take that opportunity?
But
it's kind of following the footsteps of the guys in the 60s when Martin Luther King got assassinated. I was listening to a podcast. Bill Simmons talked about it, and he actually wound up interviewing Bill Russell, who was a coach / player at the time. And they wound up playing the day or the day after his death, or I think the day of his death. There was supposed to be a playoff game between them, Celtics and the 76ers, and they still played. They had a big discussion about it. They had a whole meeting about it, and they decided to go ahead and play anyway. Same thing with the West. The Lakers, and I forgot who they were playing. They wound up playing anyway. They had the stage for it. Then the next day, they mourned his death and did their thing, but that they still played. And that was Martin Luther King. That got assassinated. They still played. So go ahead, man. This is the stage to do it. Tell everybody. Unite everybody. Forget tell you. Unite everybody.
Yes, this country is very severely divided. It's literally like, and it's like I don't like that type of feelings. Like, is he once you pick a side, he's like, oh, if you're not for it, you're against them.
Yeah, which is stupid. That's not how it should be at all. Come to a compromise. What are you saying?
And then to say something different. I think obviously as sports fans, we understand that people think, oh, it's sports. You know how we get so emotional watching games. How we whenever we talk about our favorite team, we always say the word we. Say, oh, we got to do this, we got to do that. And even though we're not playing the team at all, first of all, people understand what we do. But people who don't watch sports don't understand that sports is literally part of everyday life. If you go to the barbershop, we talking about sports or whatever, talking about sports. You go talk about it at work. You know what I'm saying? You're listening on the radio. You know what I'm saying? All the money that goes into sports, so once the economy, most people's economy. Idaho and Boise State, the Boise State Broncos literally run the entire state of Idaho.
Yes, they do.
Is that real? In Nebraska, the Nebraska Cornhuskers literally are the economy for the whole state. So yes, sports is important and is much needed in American society. Okay, so I think with sports, it brings everyone together because we have something to talk about. It brings everyone together. It's like, okay, fine. I like this. I like this. You like that. But we're watching it together. We could be watching our two favorite teams play against each other. But the point is, we're watching. Everyone's watching you. So it's like I think it's important. You know, just sports is really, really important in life. For my life personally, I'd be bored without it. I love it. Yeah, that's why I take it so seriously. Even though I'm
look at my wall. Look at my wall. I think it's important to me too.
Yeah, of course.
And that's also why I always consider myself part of the team. I have their damn merch. I spent my money on it.
Yes.
I spent my money on it. I supported them, so I'm part of the damn team. I don't care what nobody tells me. Even if it's 0.0001%, I don't give a shit. That's still something. Without me, there's no 100.
Now, I want to ask you a question. And I know we kind of don't want to learn a lot between sports and politics, but it kind of makes sense because of the news we got earlier that the Los Angeles Chargers was going to work out Colin Kaepernick for a workout. Now, I want to talk about it real quick. I think
it's relevant. So
it's really relevant. I think that it's obviously a good move. Obviously, enough people around the world, around the country, who obviously the NFL realized that that they were wrong on not allowing the NFL players to protest, or show their First Amendment right. They're admitting that they were wrong.
Mhm.
Now, there's a lot of people that would say that when you're on the field, you're on the owner's time, so don't protest on the owner's time. But though I understand, like I said, I agree with that premise, but I do respect people's opinion. And I agree with it. But I had to ask them this question: if you can't do it on the owner's time, when can you do it? When can you do it? Everyone's watching. You know what I'm saying? Without the players, you have nobody. Those players make billions of dollars a year. So I wasn't really understanding that part right there. But, it's what it is. But I think with Colin Kaepernick, I think they realized that Colin Kaepernick had this movement before, and finally people are now understanding what he was trying to say. We understand what he was trying to say, but I think the country is now finally understanding what he's trying to say, and the NFL saying, you know what, we screwed up. Let's give him a shot. And the LA Chargers, who is the head coach, is Anthony Lynn, who's a black man, give another black man an opportunity. Even though you have Tyrod Taylor on the team as well, which they're really really stacked with QB play. Just to work him out is something. At least you can say they something, but I don't know. I think they should have did it years ago, but that's just how I feel about it. What do you think about it?
I don't like when organizations makes decisions because of PR moves, because you are not going to convince me at all that this is a football move. This is a PR move. You're doing this to get in favor with the people, not for the football field. And I don't like that. I get what they're doing because it's going to give them a lot more publicity, but when you go do a PR move, it's not genuine. You're doing it for attention and cash, not from the heart. So I don't like this at all, not even a little bit. This is fake to me. That's what I think. And that's why I didn't want to talk about it. I was going to get a little controversial, but that's why I believe it's fake, because he's not good. And he wasn't good when he left 4.5 years ago. So now he's going to be trash, and he does not deserve to be in the NFL as a player's aspect. But this is a PR move that they're doing, and I don't like it because it's not genuine. I don't like shit just to give you more attention and money. It's fake. That's why I don't like it at all. I shake my head and roll my eyes every time I see it. Like, you're not getting him because he's gonna be an asset to your team. You're getting him so you have nice, especially the Chargers, because God knows they need attention and fans and eyes in their way. Like, this is not because you like him; it's because you want the attention. You want to look like the heroine in the whole Black Lives Matter story. That's what this is about, and that's fake. That's simple.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I mentioned that they have a lot of very tough, not tough, but the QB depth chart for their team going into the preseason is going to be.
You're right. Fan does make sports, Drizzy. That's true. That's why they're doing it.
But my thing is that, even like I said, I think they'll work him out. Like you said before, work him out and everything. I don't think he'll make the team anyway. But this also discrepancy. There's like, what about Cam Newton? What about him?
Yeah, a guy who can actually play quarterback sometimes.
I wish I was wondering about Colin Kaepernick. I said, why all of a sudden? I mean, I get why they were doing it, because you mentioned right there. You mentioned it before, but I was saying that maybe they feel that they know they wronged him, so they're like, let's just say we did it and everything. But it's touchy to me, because it's like, I want to see him succeed if he wants it or not. Like I said, I feel that the way they got rid of him.
That's another point. That's another good point. If he wants it or not. Because the last time he had a little workout, he didn't want to do shit. He just wanted the cameras. He didn't want that opportunity.
Like I said, me personally, I want him to do whatever he wants, makes him happy. So it's like, hey, but it's touchy, because I'm like, fuck, man, because I don't want to say anything that comes off as offensive to anybody. But you're right.
In this society, that's not possible. So just say what you gotta say. Simple.
Juan is right. I think Juan is right. I think after 4 years, after seeing what you had done with the 49ers, the last outing, how it wasn't good. After 4 years, like, was it really gonna do anything? Like it's not really gonna put anybody in seats and saying, "Oh yeah, I'm going to go to the NFL game." No, we already as divided as already. The people who thought he was disrespecting the flag, are
A la Drew Brees, like people like that.
Yeah, they're not. Well, the fans, they're not going to go watch the product. They're not going to watch it. They're like, oh, you're a San Francisco 49ers fan and you disagree with what Colin Kaepernick was doing. You're not going to watch the team if that's what you really believe in. Now, me personally, I love football so much, and it sucks because it's like, damn, because it's wrong. It's not wrong, but it's kind of messy to say. But it's like the first time Colin Kaepernick, did the kneeling thing and everyone was boycotting the NFL. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I get why people are boycotting it, but I can't boycott the NFL.
That was so stupid. That pissed me off so bad.
I can't. I couldn't do it.
I'm gonna boycott the NFL. He disrespecting the flag. Shut the fuck. That. Oh my god. Don't bring me back 4 years ago. I was so pissed.
I was talking to my father about this like a couple of days ago, and I said we could like I understand people like, oh, but you're not down for the cause. There's nothing to do with down for the cause. I support what I support. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying what he was saying was irrelevant or not legitimate. I'm not saying that. I just couldn't part myself away from the NFL, and that makes me some type of way. Then so fucking be it. So be it. You know what I'm saying? But I only mention Colin Kaepernick because he was in the news the other day, and
no, it's relevant news. We have to talk about him.
They made it a big deal, so I'm talking about it. But I just had to get it out there, and it may make people uncomfortable listening to it or understand that, but you have to.
Hey, it's another statement of this whole movement. Not stop. Don't be uncomfortable talking about this type of stuff. It's reality. And it's everywhere. We're just a sports show and we're talking about this stuff because it's there. It's everywhere. It has to be spoken about. No matter where you are, what you are, no matter what your skin looks like, no matter what you worship, it doesn't matter. It's a reality in the world and you have to talk about it. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Basically. Yeah.
But, yeah.
Anyway. We got one more news from the NFL that's relevant, and that's Kyle Shanahan's extension, 6-year extension.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't hate it. He's a good coach.
Who else are you gonna get to replace him?
That's what I'm saying. He's a pretty damn good coach. You saw what he did last year. You saw what he did with Matt Ryan. You saw what he was doing when he got Jimmy for those like 5 minutes in like end of 2017 when he was like undefeated. Like he knows what he's doing. You give him a good quarterback. Well, yeah, good quarterback. Good. A good quarterback, then all systems go.
As long as you have Jetty York staying out of the way out of football relations and let Kyle Shanahan do his thing.
Hey,
they're gonna be
Anthony's here.
Anthony, my boy. Oh yeah. Speaking of that, my brother asked me before I left. He said, "Are you gonna do a roundtable for
wrestling?" I was thinking about that.
And I was saying, yeah, we're gonna do it real soon because wrestling's been really good lately.
Probably next week.
Yeah, because Backlash.
I just started working again, so I got a whole schedule I have to deal with. So I think next week we will record one.
Yeah, hell yeah. It's probably Backlash. Yeah. Especially Backlash with the great
Edge and Orton absolutely destroyed it. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Edge. Great storytelling. That was a great storytelling.
It was an old school match. Like anybody who watched wrestling like in early 2000s, go just watch that match and you'll feel nostalgic how wrestling felt. Mind you, it's without fans, like I said. And it was amazing.
That, yeah. And then the episode of Raw, after on Raw, when Ric Flair, low below Christian.
I can't wait to see how that's gonna go. I can't wait.
I think it's gonna go very well. I think it's because think about it. I think a lot of us had the nasty taste in our mouths with how bad writing from Raw, everything terrible from Raw. But now, I think, honestly speaking, the coronavirus may have messed up a lot of things, but as far as the wrestling business, it's keeping them on their toes, and they're adapting to what's going around them. And I think if you watch AEW and especially on Raw now and NXT, they're trying new things. They're trying new things. Certain people that you wouldn't really see getting pushed now. I love how Apollo Crews, how they're doing him now. I think how
They're starting to push him. It took like 87 years, but they're finally doing it.
But I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. I like the team of MVP and Bobby Lashley because they were.
I'm dead. COVID fixed wrestling.
Yeah.
Shit, maybe it did.
I like the connection between MVP and Bobby Lashley.
I like it too.
Their old TNA days. I think it fits well. I think, and it's good to see Bobby Lashley in the main event again. It's good to see that too. So, everything for those who like wrestling too, we talk about wrestling too.
Yeah, who's a closet fan? Let me know. I know there's closet fans out there.
There were a lot of closet fans in high school. A lot of them were, and I'm gonna lie, I was one of them too. I was a closet fan. Like,
I wasn't. I stopped watching wrestling in like 2008, and I ain't start again until like 2016. So I wasn't in high school.
I was like, I know people that watched them. Like, yeah, I watched that shit too. You know what I'm saying? But the old stuff was popping. I don't care nobody saying anything from like the Attitude Era. Everyone watched it. Thought it was
Man, anybody who's at least 20 years old, they all love Edge. I don't want to hear that. Yeah, anybody like 20, at least 20 years old and older, y'all know who Edge is and y'all love Edge because he was killing it when they were little. You know what I'm saying? So he's back, so go back and watch. He's there. Well, in the hospital now, but he's there.
Nah, the Hardy Boys was so cool growing up. I remember I was being a little kid. Me and my brother was like, yo, when we turn 18 years old, we're gonna fight the Hardy Boys.
I hate the Hardy Boys with a passion.
7, 8 years old. They were wrestlers, they were teenagers too. So it's like, oh shit. So like, oh, my aunt is on the live stream too. Hey, auntie.
Fast.
Yeah, we want to. Yeah, hell yeah. First of all, I wanted to jump off my bed. It's like, you know how many times
Oh yeah, I was doing all that too. It just had nothing to do with the Hardy Boys.
I got in trouble. My mom, that my brother and I used to wrestle.
I'm
on
dead.
the bed and breaking the springboard, breaking that shit all the time. All the time.
Hold on. I don't know, man. That caught me off guard. I don't know about all that because Jericho's a thing. He's also Canadian. I don't know. There's a competition there, man. I'm just saying.
And, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Jericho's amazing, man. The way Jericho is able to reinvent himself all the time is amazing. Like he's like 50 years old, 51 years old, and he's
close to 50 at least, or something like that.
Old, and he's absolutely just killing it. Like he's hella entertaining.
Yeah, he's just as good as he was in 1999. It was like how are you this good for 20? Wow.
It's great. I think he's great. And it's crazy sometimes when Matt Hardy be saying that, he said, me and Jericho have been wrestling each other for the last 30 years. I'm like, 30 years? And you think about it, how young they started, I'm like, God, they right.
The early 90s they were wrestling. They just didn't wrestling in big promotions yet, but they was wrestling.
Saying 30 years of body. Speaking of 30 years, if you haven't watched it, please watch The Undertaker Last Ride. The Last Ride. The last episode is next week. It'll be a 5-part
series.
And the storytelling, first of all, WWE does a really good job with these documentaries. They do an excellent job with them. For their cinematic type of style, they do a great job with it. So, check that out.
Yeah, you're going to see the human side of him, which no one really ever sees. You're going to see Mark, not Undertaker, but it's awesome.
Yeah.
They do a really good job telling a story. It's about not when he lost to Brock. Is it when he lost to Brock? Is that when it started, the whole documentary? Or I forgot the first episode already.
It was before Brock.
I know they talk about it a lot.
I think it was.
But I don't remember that's when it started.
It was before Brock. I think it was CM Punk, I believe. No, it was Shawn Michaels. The second Shawn Michaels match.
Oh, breaking news-ish. Apparently, Jamal Adams requests a trade from the Jets. Smart man. He's trying to save his career.
Jamal Adams going
to
trade for the Jets? Well,
yeah.
Do you blame him? First of all, you know what? Thank you, Jamal Adams, because this segues into a question I want to have asked all of you. We all know that the Jets are one of the most incompetent franchises in history of sports. So I'm going to ask you guys, who is, in your opinion, the most dysfunctional, incompetent franchise you have watched in sports as long as you've been living? I have a couple lists. I have a couple lists of who was really incompetent. But I want to ask you guys. You can type in there and say who's one of the most incompetent franchises in any sport. And you can explain why, and then we'll explain why too. But anyway, so
that's kind of hard though, because there's a lot.
There's a lot. There's a lot. A whole lot. All right, Anthony says the Knicks.
That's the first thing that came to mind when you said that. That's hilarious. The first thing that came to my mind was them when you said that.
You say the Knicks.
Oh, but he's a fan. That's what it is.
Yeah. In the James Dolan era.
Yeah, in the James Dolan era. Yeah.
The last 21 years he's been the owner of the Knicks, they have not gotten anything right. They've been absolutely shit. And it's like it's a shame because you play in the mecca of basketball. I don't think people understand when the Knicks are good, the NBA does a lot better. The NBA thrives when the Knicks are good. Even though people say, but the Knicks suck, it's New York. You know how much. And the fact of the matter is that he owns the Rangers, right? I remember one year, it was 2015, where Carmelo Anthony and Phil Jackson was beefing, which was horrible. They did Carmelo Anthony so dirty in New York. After wanting to go to that bum ass team, they did him so dirty. That's one thing. Secondly, we asked, was like, wait, hold up. The Rangers went to the Stanley Cup Finals, right? That year, they played against the LA Kings. Yeah, in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
And you see James Dolan and Skybox happy going on. So hold up, you just had a horrible season with the Knicks. How you gonna try to celebrate a ring with the Rangers? Get a ring with the Rangers? Oh my! What that was approved? You're an incompetent owner. You suck. Like no.
Well, when you still getting that ching, what is there to be sad about? They keep going to the games. They keep buying their merch. They keep putting them all over all the place, right? The media goes all over the Knicks every basketball season, whether they're relevant or not. 98% not. They're still getting their names out there. So that is the reason why they're never, ever going to be anything. The only way to get rid of the man is if he doesn't make any money. For that to happen, you guys have to literally boycott them for like a good couple seasons. And that's never going to happen. So, yeah. The Knicks will always suck forever. So maybe I think I should do this list without including them because they're just an obvious choice.
Imagine putting it saying that, the worst franchise in the sport except the Knicks.
That's too easy. Yeah, exactly what it is. Exactly.
And what's even worse, the fact of the matter is that, like, 3 of the most incompetent franchises come from our beautiful city of New York. Like, 3 of the worst red franchises. Because Met fans tell you.
How I forgot the Mets. My entire team sucks. How I forget them?
Met fans will tell you their management is horrible. First of all, you let Bernie Madoff steal money from y'all all these years, and then next thing you know, he's what I'm saying? You let him con you out of mad money. That's one.
They're so cursed and unfortunate that this whole cheating scandal with the Astros, they got involved somehow. That's how ridiculous. That's how their luck goes. You have nothing, Loki have nothing to do with what's going on in Houston, but you guys are just so cursed that you wind up getting involved and losing somebody you hired. It's hilarious to me.
The Wilpons are horrible owners. They suck. They suck, right? So you have a guy, I forgot his name, a multi-billionaire who fucking buys paintings for $125 million as a hobby, who wanted to buy your team. And Met fan was like, yes, no more Wilpons. But then the Wilpons say, yeah, you own the team, but we still have control for 5 more years. So it's like, wait a minute, why the fuck would I purchase something and I can't use it for 5 years? First of all, that was dumb. They didn't invest in that. And obviously he pulled out, and now the Mets.
I'm dead.
Like this is dumb shit like that. And then
They said you got to pre-order the Mets in order to buy them.
And then he said, you know, fuck this, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm not doing this anymore, whatever. And it's like, I feel for Met fans. I feel for them so badly because there's a lot of fans, especially in New York, a lot of Met fans in New York. A lot of them who are loyal, who like punishment and take it. Because there's no way. And the reason worse, they were in the World Series 5 years ago.
They were. They were. I'll never forget it. At that time, I was working Model Sporting Goods, RIP. And that was probably the funnest experience I had working for them at that point, because there was so many of them fans pouring into the store, and you wouldn't think it'll be hell because it's gonna be packed, like literally from opening to close, trying to get all their merch. It was so much fun, like being with those fans and hanging out with them and talking baseball with them. It was amazing. Then when they ultimately ended up losing, because they're the Mets and that's what happens. That kind of broke my heart for them, and then I just knew they were never going to experience this again for at least a very long time. I just knew it. And now we're about 4 years, I think, right? I think it's 4 years since that happened. I think it was 2016. Was 15 or 6? It's one of those two.
15.
So it's been 4 to 5 years since that experience, and it's like, I just know I'm not going to see y'all be this happy again, for at least for a very, very long time. And it kind of hurts my heart. So I feel you. I agree with you. That's like the one fan base I actually feel bad for, because most trash fan bases, I don't feel bad for you because you have a choice. But for the Mets, though, just looking at, because I see their sad faces everywhere, I just feel them.
And another thing is that a lot of their teams are really, really good. The pitching staff is really, really good. Everything's really good. But
yeah, they always find a way to like fuck up when they have a good roster.
The injuries kill them.
Like last year, like they were like what? They were getting like good games in, and then they will find a way to choke them, like all of them. Like, what are y'all doing? Like they'll be in the mix. Tulio! They're getting in the mix, and then they'll just lose.
That's yeah, for real. I think it was 2018.
That's how it was last season.
It was 2018. They were like 15-1 in the season. Like they won some crazy ass winning streak, and the Mets people saying, okay, they're 15-1. Who cares? Until it comes back to normal where they fucking suck again. And
that's exactly what Johnny's a big Mets fan. That's exactly what he said.
I remember, yeah. Like, who was Leonard, the trumpet player?
Oh, Leonard, yeah.
Huge Met fan, and he said that they suck. Like, but at least he understands that he's like, he don't get. It's horrible though, because like the only thing that I was happy, because I knew when the Mets went to the World Series, I said, congratulations. And I told Yankee fans, do not dick ride the Mets wave in the World Series. You didn't even go to the World Series. You sit there and watch, just like us. So,
I don't.
I have to go there.
No, that's fine. I'm trying to remember if I've seen any sneak fake ones, like DK Yankee fans going on to switch over.
I seen it.
I know. I'm sure you have. I'm trying to. I don't think I have. I couldn't tell, so I don't know.
I said it's not happening. No way, it's not happening. But yeah, that's another bad friend. Like, you're right. We should not include the Knicks anymore because like it's too easy.
I think Mets are. I think there's a difference between like dysfunctional and trash, and then just unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Mets are unfortunate, while the Knicks are just dysfunctional and trash. Like the Jets are dysfunctional and trash, but then we got other ones. You know?
No, you could say that the Mets are dysfunctionally unfortunate because their management sucks. They are horrible. This is the same team that is still paying Bobby Bonilla. They're still paying this man after 20-something years. Like, I think I can say, yo, I already know July 1st, which is coming up, by the way. Bobby Bonilla's coming up. I get a fucking check every year until the next 20 years. It's this. They just said, listen, we're gonna trade you, we're gonna get rid of you, but we're gonna pay you in installments plus interest. So we'll probably finish paying you by
the hell type of loan is that? He said. He said monthly payments with interest.
Not. It's just my investment. Wait a minute. He said after my playing days, I'm gonna get a check every year for $1 million every year until the next 15 years. I think it ends in 2025, 2035. It ends. Mind you, he signed the deal like fucking 90 something in the 90s, maybe early 2000s. Maybe I'm not 100% sure, but he signed it 25 years ago, and he's getting a check for like $1 million and change every year.
Yeah, where's that for us? I want that type of deal.
That's the fucking Mets. That's something stupid they would do.
So then we should play for the Mets.
I mean, and shout out for Jamal Adams. Like, Jamal Adams, in the way that he wanted to be a Jet. I don't know why, but he wanted to be a Jet.
Yeah, that was a story last year. I remember that they were shopping him, I think, low key without him knowing. Yeah, and then when it broke out, he got upset.
And then he was saying that.
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about, Julio. That's what started this whole conversation. Was that?
Yeah, it was like, it's true. He was mad. He was saying, "Oh, they not shopping Tom Brady without letting him know." Jamal Adams, who the fuck are you? I mean, he's a great player and all, but who the fuck are you?
He's the best player. That's who he is. What you mean? And it's almost, I think it's by far.
He was trying to compare his clout and his pull in
Nah. I think you're reading too much into that, bro. I don't think it's that serious. I think what he's trying to say is that how you gonna ship your best player low key without letting me know? Like, would you do that to another team? And then I guess Tom Brady came out of his mouth. I don't think he's trying to compare himself to Brady because that's a laughable idiot. Like,
he's gonna offer him a contract. So
we didn't.
We're talking about Jamal Adams. Like, even though I get what you're trying to say, and that's true. Mahomes is literally the only player untouchable. It's not happening.
I want to think about that. I feel like there's a little bit more. Because remember, we got to mention the fact how stupid and trash some organizations are, and they won't just let people go. So realistically, Cojones is the only one that you were not trying to trade because he's the best player. But I feel like Seattle would never do something like that to Wilson right now, Russell Wilson. No, you know what I'm saying, so he's not spendable either. Like, they're not going to do it to him.
Like, remember last offseason how they were thinking about trading him to the Giants?
That was all crap.
But I knew it was all crap.
Yeah.
Seattle's not dumb. Seattle's not dumb. He won his money, and rightfully so. He deserves it.
And he got it. They caved quick. Like, no, like, he's not expendable either. Trying to think. Who else is young that's really up and coming? Like Deshaun Watson, he's gonna get like a $200 million check in a year or two. Y'all best believe that. Deshaun Watson, best believe that. So he's not spendable either.
He's already pissed off at
at O'Brien's dumb ass.
Yeah, Bill O'Brien for doing. I still can't believe he did that stupid shit. I still can't believe it.
Right?
I still cannot believe it. And you got nothing out of it. That is horrible.
Yeah, but only quarterbacks are not expendable though. Any other position is expendable. Like, I feel like if you call up Atlanta right now and you have this stupid, ridiculous deal for Julio, the Atlanta will probably take it. And it's Julio Jones. That's the best receiver in football. But if you give him a crazy deal, like they'll more likely, it's gonna take your entire franchise's wealth for like 5 or 6 years to get Julio Jones. But I'm sure they'll do it. But if you call up for Russell Wilson, for Mahomes, for Watson right now, no, they're not gonna take it. The hell no. Those are like almost once in a lifetime talents and leaders you can get. So there's no effing way.
So the problem with Facebook is that it won't allow us to have more than 2 people on the stream together. So if I request it, it's going to kick one off, which is ridiculous. Until Facebook eventually purchases Zoom and we can do more than one. Unfortunately,
he said they purchased Zoom. Shit, I wish.
Yeah, I would love to have you on, but it won't allow us to do it. That's the problem. But shout out to Tulio. He's a great friend of ours. He's a great guy. Great
otherwise, there'll be like 6 of y'all on camera right now.
For real, you think? Hell yeah, all of us. Hell yeah. But it's cool. It's what it is, though. But I'm gonna start that again. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, share this video. We're trying to get big like y'all too. Oh. And here come the fireworks. How the fuck you doing fireworks in this daytime?
No, right? Like, I know. Shit. They've been doing that since May too. Like, it's not even a couple weeks ago. It's been May.
Yo, like It's crazy.
Like,
Yo,
what the
but I
fuck?
love my city though. My city, they be doing some wild shit. It was like, yo, they be doing that all night too. Like popping firecrackers all
You already
night.
know our rep compared to the rest of the country. Everybody knows New Yorkers.
Yeah.
About the stupidity that we do.
If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. I still truly believe that. You make it here, you can make it anywhere. So you know what it is. Yeah, like I said before, like, share, subscribe on YouTube, iTunes, iHeartradio. You know, at Pockets Dynasty on Twitter. And make sure you rate us on iTunes so we can, get up there with the rest of them. I know my head is big. I get it. Shit. First of all, you know what it is? Marisol said that my head is big, and she said in the screen, and I'm like, I know that. Especially when
I'm like, who said? I'm looking at the chat. I'm like, I didn't say nothing. Who said that?
Nah, the Marisol is right next to me. She said, your head is mad big, and I'm like, I know this.
You got it close up though. That's why.
Well,
it wasn't looking like that earlier.
I'm charging the iPad, but it's okay. It's all good though. It's all good though. But it's kind of conversation other than that. Yeah, we're just gonna make a list. And you guys want to be part of it too. You can make a list of who is your most incompetent franchises in any sport, in any order. Explain that. But I noticed something too, and it goes under the radar a lot. But the Phoenix Suns, they are a horribly ran franchise.
That's under the radar?
No, because a lot of people don't. Besides Steve Nash, who was there years ago.
And they made stupid decisions during that time too, which didn't make them win a championship. So what do you mean?
The younger fans, a lot of younger fans don't realize, but they don't care about the Phoenix Suns, unless you're from Phoenix. They've done a lot of stupid shit over the years. Like them, they've done a lot of horrible shit over the years. If you watch the Last Dance in Chicago Bulls, they've done a lot of stupid shit over the years and still are doing stupid shit over the still doing stupid shit.
Yeah, they're wasting Devin Booker.
The Kings they're improving.
They're high on my list.
They're improving, but they're still a horribly ran franchise. A lot of NBA teams, the Wizards are a horribly ran franchise.
And they gave rid of Joe Johnson. I think they got rid of Sean Marion too. Around the end of their thing.
Oh, yeah.
Stupid. That's the only defender they had. Was Sean Marion. They got rid of him. Like, come on. Then they get rid of Joe Johnson right when he was about to hit the ISO Joe peak too. And Atlanta snagged his ass and paid him.
Paid him good too. And rightfully so.
Imagine him, Steve Nash, and Samari Stoudemire and they primes. Come on, son. Come on, bro.
If you think about it, if they could, I think in like when they lost to the Spurs in I think 07, lost to the Spurs, I believe. I'm not sure the year was 07, 06. But I really truly believe if they're gonna have to 07.
Yo, yeah, when the Spurs went to the finals, yeah.
Yeah, I think if they beat the Spurs, they win a championship.
Yeah, because everybody was beating Cleveland.
Yeah, because everyone was beating Cleveland.
It was just LeBron. That's it.
The fact, first of all, it would have been Joe instead of Roger Bell, I think. Oh, Roger Bell. I haven't seen Roger Bell in years.
I 100%. I 100% forgot about his existence. I'm not gonna lie. I had no idea.
Yeah, he has a podcast on ESPN, I believe. Roger Bell. I haven't heard that name since like 10 years. Shit.
Roger There's a reason for that.
He was a okay player, but it's not a big deal. But the Charlotte Hornets
Joe
are a pretty shitty franchise too. Pretty shit franchise.
Why are you being nice to them?
Huh?
Why are you being nice to them? They're arguably number one. Michael Jordan is horrific in that front office. Hello?
This is what I understand. And I'm glad you mentioned the NBA too, because a lot of NBA players, I think a lot of the small market NBA teams, with the exception of the Spurs, because they're the exception, they complain saying that, small market teams aren't getting enough love, blah, 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 blah. Because it doesn't help that you guys suck.
That's what I'm saying, because the Trailblazers are a small market team technically, and them motherfuckers are relevant for the last 30 years. Like, what do you mean? I mean, they don't win, but they always they're always in the mix, and they always wind up getting a player or two to keep their franchise relevant every time.
Salt Lake City, the Jazz are small market team.
Yeah, them.
And they built their team to be a legit contender, well, not a championship contender. But
they still doing Big Three? the Ice Cube League shit?
They're still doing it, but they canceled it because of Corona, obviously.
Oh, I mean, probably maybe the season before. ISO still got it.
Season. This would have been their fourth season. It would have been their fourth season, but coronavirus had other things to do. But anyway.
Oh yeah, it ruined all our lives.
Yeah, of course.
Hmm?
But damn, and the Washington Wizards. Don't forget about those bums. They suck. You play in the Major Capital, you suck. It's one thing. But the small market team aren't getting enough love because no one wants to play there. People wanted to play with the Knicks 5 years ago when Carmelo Anthony was there and Stoudemire was there. They wanted to play there. How bad he ran they are, and not anymore. But people were clamoring to go over there. People were clamoring to go to another big market team that's trash. Philadelphia's a big market. They were trash for a long time. But and Bradley Beal was staying in Washington. But I wouldn't want to stay there. I wouldn't want to stay there. Just so hard he ran. Just stupid decisions. Why would you give John Wall a super max? What do you do to offer you a super? Was he a good player? Yes. But is it good enough to get a super max $200 million contract? No. Would you pay John Wall $20 million, Warren?
Oh no. I loved him though. When he was healthy, I loved him. He was so good. He was like, the term traditional point guard. He was outside of Chris Paul, obviously. He was probably the best one they had, and he was so good. Oh, Detroit.
Yeah.
Not just one team, all of them. The entire city is just a desert of trash when it comes to sports. All of them. Tigers, the Pistons, Lions,
the Red Wings.
The Red,
10 years ago, the Red Wings were a state contender every year. But that's 10 years ago. Now they really suck. Ever since when they were in the Western Conference, they were a contender every single year. When they went to the Eastern Conference, which Detroit is in the East, I don't know why they played in the West anyway, which is fucking weird.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, NHL, the Chicago Blackhawks played in the Western Conference. Everyone plays in the East, which is fucking weird. But the Detroit Red Wings used to play in the West, now they play in the East.
They were a dynasty. The Red Wings used to win mad championships.
Yeah, they were constantly contenders every year. The Tigers for like 5 years were like, they were really, really, really good.
Miguel. Cabrera.
He
was smacking the shit out of the boy every day. It was crazy how good he was.
Like, come on, man. Like, it's sad how the Lions been trash since forever.
Their entire existence, so yeah.
That doesn't count. But at one point, the Pistons were the cream of the crop for 2 decades. In the 80s and in the early 2000s. They were the cream of the crop. Now, just bad management.
This is a joke.
Terrible. The Lions, the Ford family has owned the Lions since its existence, and we see why, because they don't know shit about football. Let's be honest. They don't know shit about football. They don't. And people they're hiring obviously don't know either. You had Jim Caldwell,
Patricia,
who had a 9-7 record, seconds of the playoffs, you still fired him. Like, who the fuck does that? Like, we know he was going to win a playoff game.
And then they hired a fat hog as his replacement. And he's on his way getting fired. I just hope he stays because I want him near New England. I wouldn't put it past Belichick rehiring that fat bastard. So that's why I just want them to, for all of my being, please let him stay in Detroit and keep him away from my football team, please. We have a good defense again. Ironically, he's not part of it. I wonder there's a correlation there. We had the #1 defense last year without that fat son bitch. We were the best.
First of all, I remember, I think it was 2014. They won a Super Bowl. They won a Super Bowl in Seattle that year, obviously.
Yeah, no thanks to that.
I remember that season, me yelling at my TV screen, because I think they were playing against the Broncos. I'm not too sure. And they got torched defensively. They're getting torched. And I'm like, the secondary was horrible. They couldn't stop nothing.
No, we beat the shit out of the Broncos. It was at Foxborough. That was remember the game when McCourty speared Wes Welker in the back and he dropped into a pick? That was that game. When Gronkowski's catch with the left hand, one-handed, that was that game. We beat the shit out of them. Remember, it's Peyton Manning at Foxborough. It's always a beating.
was a game where we were getting torched. I don't remember the game it was.
I'm trying to think.
You know what? Fire.
It's obviously outside of the we're not good anymore, right? It was past that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Green Bay was one of those games where we just got fucking torched, but he was the MVP that year. I'm trying to think. You continue talking.
And
if I can remember what game it was.
I remember saying, yo, fire Matt Patricia right now. I've been trying to get him fired from Patriots since 2013.
I don't remember.
2012. He was horrible. He was terrible. I'm like, yo, this team sucks.
Yeah, I believe he took over in 2012, and I've hated him ever since.
He's so terrible. I'm like, you fucking suck. I'm like, I remember our friend Carlos. He's a big Chargers fan. He wanted him to be the coach of the Chargers. I'm like,
I said, go ahead. I'll never forget that too.
I said, keep him. You can go ahead, keep him.
Please take him away from us, please, for the love of God.
He sucks. He's garbage. Horrible. So I agree. Eventually, when he gets fired from Detroit, which I think he will be fired after this year, let him go to college. Go to college team.
Yeah, get him the fuck out, please. I hate him.
Just don't come back to New England. Please don't come back to New England, please. Yes. It was that was the AFC Championship game. Yes, that was
the following year. Yeah, 2015.
Yeah, that was the AFC Championship game. First of all, which I'm still pissed off, and I don't care if nobody says Belichick was in that game. I don't care. I'll argue with anybody, Patriot fan, about that game in 2015. Belichick was in that game. I don't care. That was hard. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking.
I mean, I don't get that mad at that because we were so injured. I don't think we would have beat Carolina.
I know.
We were too injured that year. Otherwise,
even being that injured, still.
No, we still had. We only lost by 2 points. Like we still had it.
Minutes away.
But
from going back to the Super Bowl in 2015. Do I think we would have beat Carolina? I don't know.
I don't think so. And plus, we can't beat Cam Newton. So either way, I still don't know if we're gonna beat him. But
I don't know, maybe. But the game was. I don't know. It was like 4th and 1. All you gotta do is kick a field goal and then play defense. Surprised you stopped them.
We should have stopped them. It was Peyton Manning with no arms.
I know.
I'm mad he threw 2 touchdown passes in the game. For that, to this day, I still make fun of that team for that. We're the only team he threw touchdown passes on in that entire fucking playoff stretch. That shit pisses me off to this day.
I agree.
Oh, then that's obvious. It was his fault. You lost that game. There's no question.
I agree.
No question. He cost us that. I'm a bench Malcolm Butler and discipline him when he's fucking leaving anyway. What the hell sense does that make? What does that mean? Yeah. How do you discipline somebody who's leaving? How? Anyway.
Now,
dumb fucker. He made it up to us the next year, so I forgave him.
I mean, obviously, yeah, but yeah, Super Bowl 52 always live back to him about something. Like, come on, man, like.
Yeah, every time.
And then when people like non-Patriot fans talk about, oh well, they do a Super Bowl away, and a lot of Patriot fans get mad saying, no, Bill wouldn't do that. I'm like, it's kind of hard not to disagree. Like, the fuck, like, what was the point?
Like, what are you talking about? When your quarterback literally had the best, you could argue that was the best quarterback performance in Super Bowl history. What he did to that Eagles team, son. And that was a good Eagles defense. That was a good defense. And he shredded them the fuck up in like 3 quarters, like if they were paper mache, bro. And he threw that away. How you score 33 points and not in like a way where you're catching up? It was a 33 points going back and forth and you fucking lose. How? I just don't understand.
We can talk about this all day if you wanted to.
With no Edelman or Cooks. Exactly. Amendola and Gronk, that's it. And you carve them the fuck up. How you throw that type of performance away? How, man?
It's sad. But, Eagles fans enjoy it because that's the only one you're going to get for a while. So
I'm dead.
It is. And barely won the game. Barely won the game at all. And then it was already had
barely. Who the fuck ran? He ran. Did Deion Lewis even show up? I don't remember him in the game. Like, they ran who? In order for you to throw 500 yards, that means you never ran the ball. Like, there's no way you have a competent running game and throw 500 yards and then lose on that. That doesn't happen.
Not at all. Not at all. This shit. Damn.
Oh my god, I don't want to think about those memories, man. Get me so pissed.
No, I mean, it's not important, but it is important. But you know what I'm talking about.
But this does goes into why Man Patricia is shit, because he was the defense coordinator in that game, and thankfully it was last time. And yeah, you saw that the defense gave up 41 points to a fucking backup quarterback. So again, why they hired that? They are Detroit. That's the answer. But
Detroit.
no, I thank them. I thank them heavily. I thank them. Thank you for taking his fat ass out of our freaking team. Thank you. Because the next year they won us a Super Bowl. So thank you.
You also remember when we went into Detroit week 3 in that game, week 3 of 2018, and didn't even show up, got our asses kicked, and the Lions like, oh my god, and people thought that Pat Patricia, he went 2-1. Oh shit, he's 2-1.
If I'm not mistaken, that wasn't his first win. I'm pretty sure he was 0-2 at that point. And then he beat us. I'm looking at it right now. I'm so sure of it.
I believe he was 2-1, I believe. He went 2-1 after that.
This is 2018, right?
Yeah, 2018, week 3. I remember it perfectly because of where we was at.
Yeah, we were over there, and we got our asses whooped.
In Detroit, the Lions bar was so empty. It's like, damn. Well,
oh, you went to that?
Yeah, hell yeah, I went to that bar.
Yeah, they were 0-2. I knew it.
Shit.
The Jets beat the ever-loving shit out of them. Yeah. Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's first game, he threw a pick 6, and then he beat shot him after that.
Oh, yeah.
And then the 49ers beat him by 3 the next week, and then they finally beat us. And they only put up 26 points, by the way. Like, if they beat shot, it was that bad. And then they lost to Dallas the next week.
But the point is that they beat...
Fucking piece of shit.
The New England Patriots. Like, who think? The Lions Patriots. Like, who would have...
So what? You know in September we do this dumb shit. Who holded the trophy at the end of the day? I believe that was us. And who was watching us? His fat ass or whatever. Fuck out of here, bro. Well, we're in a live show, so I don't have to hold back as much.
So I think that you can't stand Matt Patricia. Alex can't stand Wes Welker, which is amazing.
And Josh McDaniels. He doesn't like Dom Downs either.
And me personally,
yeah, he hates Wes Welker.
The person that I hated on our team the worst was Jarvis Green Ellis, obviously, because
he was too trash for me to bash.
I hated him so much.
Like, what's the point of me bashing somebody who's just that whack? You know what I mean? Like, he's so irrelevant. I just said that I hated him, and that's it.
Like, if I was to see his jersey in the flea market, I would not buy it. I'm not buying this shit.
Nigga, he's so worthless. Not even gonna be in a damn flea market.
It's like $20. I found that Reeves jersey.
You mean cents?
Huh?
You mean cents?
Yeah, because that shit is trash. Trash. It's garbage. He's fucking garbage. I can't stand him.
Man, fuck out of here.
I
don't fumble. Yeah, you also average like 1.8 yards per carry, you piece of shit. The fuck's the good of you fumble if it takes you 7 tries to get a first down? Fuck out of here. Not even. It's like, so come on, son. You trash.
Yeah, Aaron Dobson was a bum. Oh, I wanted to fucking throw.
You keep saying his name wrong. It's Aaron Dropson.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's garbage. I'm like, fucking couldn't catch anything.
Yeah, he's a champion.
He is?
Yeah, he was with us 2014. He just didn't play.
He was on the team in 2014?
Yeah. He didn't get caught until 2016.
So he was there for another 4 years?
Yeah, I believe he was there from 2013 to 2015. I think 16 is when he finally left.
First of all, that means that Belichick kept him away from us because I hated him. I hope he never sees the fucking field again.
Yeah, because he's too whack to see the field. I've noticed the next year we got LaFell and a couple other receivers to come replace his bum ass. and then we kept LaFell for another year. Then he sucked. And then 2016, we got what's his face? Chris Hogan to replace his bum ass. You saw Chris Hogan kick ass 2016.
I remember him.
He was better than Dropson.
He was way better than him.
He got a game-winning catch that year.
No, Chad
Johnson, that was 2011.
Yeah, 2011. He was going by then. I think 2012 he had Brendan Lloyd. 2012.
He was pretty good.
He's pretty good.
He was washed, but he was pretty good.
Yeah, Brendan Lloyd he was pretty good. Damn, a lot of these players in the team. to see if they're going to see.
Yeah, if we have Brandon Lloyd, a 2 or 3 year younger Brandon Lloyd, he'd be a god. We would be wildin'. Because he had arguably the best hands I've ever seen compared to a lot of receivers who you literally mentioned. He has underrated hands. He used to catch everything, especially in Denver. If I'm not mistaken, I think he has a record. I think Brandon Marshall probably beat it though, but he had like a receptions record or something. Like he was really good. He's back?
Oh, I'm back. Yes.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to do if he's not here?
Honestly, yeah, it's technically my live stream. I'll be fucking horrible. Yeah, I'm back now. Yeah, that was crazy.
Perfect.
Damn. Shit. There's somebody else on the team too that I'm trying to remember. That was.
I played whiteout.
Oh, he was whiteout. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. He was pretty decent.
That was good or try? Oh, good.
He was pretty decent.
You gotta tell me when. I don't know.
I think it was 2012. I don't know. I'm gonna look it up because he was pretty decent. Nothing that bad. But
2012. Welker, Lloyd, Edelman was hurt. I don't remember who was in the receiving corps after that. Cause Gronk was there for half the season. Hernandez was still there. Woodhead was there, the running back.
First of all, I loved Woodhead.
Me too.
That guy. He was so good. Yeah, he was a beast.
I don't remember.
He was a beast. He was a
beast. He was one of my favorite players. I loved him with a passion. I loved him.
Then we went to Chargers like that. He went to Chargers, fuck.
And he still produced. He just started getting hurt.
He was a beast. God bless Woodhead. But yeah, other than that, but
yeah, that's saying. Yeah, he kept getting hurt, but he never got hurt with us though. That's what I found hilarious.
Just injury. It's horrible. He was good though. He was really good.
Yeah, I'm dead trying to see who was on my team in 2012 because that was a good team. That was a pretty good team. I still don't even understand why we were so trash in the playoffs. So at least against Baltimore, but it was a good team. Oh, Deion Branch apparently was still there. I forgot about him.
Oh yeah, because he came back.
He came back 2010.
Yeah, he came back. Yeah,
and he was good for like a year and a half. Then I guess the old age cut up to him. But that was the only other receiver that was there. We did have 4 receivers in the depth chart. That's it.
Horrific.
He had 4 tight ends. Humanao Nui.
Which, honestly speaking,
I loved him too.
They should never got rid of him.
I loved him.
Year,
he was a clutch catcher, and he used to block like a damn lineman. He was good. I liked him.
Yeah, they should never got rid of him because last year, we could have played tight end. And
Dante Starwell was in our team.
Yes, him. I forgot about him. Yeah, that's it. I couldn't get the name right. Dante Starwell. Yes, like he was relatively decent.
I only remember him when he single-handedly beat the shit out of Houston. That's the only time I remember him in that year. That's the only time. I love that year for that reason because Houston was good, and they got into their heads, and then they would come into our house. And I remember in college because people were talking about it. People who don't know football, they were talking, "Oh, you gotta play them badass Texans." They might have been undefeated at that point. If I'm not mistaken, they were like 10-0, some shit like that. And I'm sitting there looking at them, and we didn't look like the best team in the NFL, but we were still the Patriots. And I'm just looking at them. I'm like, y'all know what's gonna happen tonight. I think it was Sunday or Monday night. Like, y'all know what's gonna happen. You know we're gonna beat the shit out of them, right? We're gonna drop 40. I told them just like that. It's gonna happen. They look at me like, what are you talking about? You just want to be you're just a homer or whatever. All right, you're gonna find out. And what happened? We beat the shit out of them. Not even when they put up 20. We beat the shit out of them. And I'm looking at them like, see, the worst thing for a hot team, especially if they got it in their heads to do, is to play the Patriots, especially in Foxborough. If you come in with a big ass head like that, you know you're going to get schooled, right? And that's exactly what I told them, and they learned that lesson. And what's hilarious is that we did it again in January.
They did.
Yes, they did. That was a big three.
And this way,
Arian Foster was one of my favorite running backs of all time. I fucking love Arian Foster with everything. He was so nice, but he was injury prone too, though. That used to hurt my heart. But when he was on that field, he used to carve people up. He was so good. But yeah, that was the big three.
Mr. Pick Six.
Yeah, Mr. Pick Six. That was after that season. Yeah, Mr. Pick Six. And baby JJ Watt, he just broke out like the year before, 2011 or 2012. I'm sorry. He baby JJ.
That's horrible. That's horrible. But I remember that game too. I remember that game. I remember the
Hold on.
The Chiefs game in 2014, where the ESPN literally said, "No, they're done. Tom Brady's finished." This is 2014. He said, "Oh, they're finished. They're finished." No, they're not finished, sir.
They're not good anymore. I'm talking about JJ Watt broke out. Motherfucker won defensive player of the year in 2012 the first time. He broke out. What a way to break out. But he was a rookie in 2011, though, if I'm not mistaken.
He was a rookie, yeah.
So, what a great second year. He won basically defensive MVP. We locked his ass up, though, twice.
What's crazy? The crazy thing about it is Wade Phillips had told him, he was the coordinator for Houston. He said,
I think it was at that time, too.
He said, "Yo, he's gonna be a problem." And people was like, "Come on, man, he's gonna be a problem." And sure enough,
the following year, he won defensive player of the year.
And then one year he had like 20, 24, 22 sacks.
That might have been 2014. That was the year where he was an MVP candidate. That's how good he was as a defender.
He's good. Listen, man, he's healthy, problem, but you just can't beat the New England Patriots. Even though that one year last year when they beat us in Houston last year, which doesn't really count because they almost lost. Anyway, so
I'm dead. He said it doesn't count.
It doesn't really count because
it does count.
Too? Was he injured too?
He's injured since like 2017, bro. Like he's been injured like forever. His back is all messed up, man.
That's crazy. Yo, how long we doing this live? It won't tell me the time I'm doing this thing.
Almost 2 hours.
Almost 2 hours?
I think we started like around 4:10ish.
Is this o'clock? Shit.
Yeah, it's almost 6 o'clock.
Oh shit! Damn, that's crazy.
I lied. 2012, it was when he got the 20 sacks. 2015, he got 17 and a half.
I just know he got some ridiculous number, and he almost
broke
the record. I remember he was killing. And there was one year when he was MVP candidate. He was touching.
That's 2014.
Touchdown passes, pick sixes. He was killing. Like he was busting ass. I'm like, damn, man.
Yeah, that's 2014.
He was killing.
It was literally between him and Aaron Rodgers. So Aaron Rodgers easily won it because you know a defensive player is not going to get that.
Oh. You know what I mean? It just makes Adrian Peterson's MVP 2015 even much more.
2012, yeah.
Yeah, in 2012, more impressive. Because he beat Peyton. I think he beat Peyton Manning out.
But Peyton, I didn't even think he should have been in the conversation to begin with. That's how I mean bugging. Like, what? Like, it was, like, you could argue, I'm trying to think of that whole year. You can argue he probably should have been unanimous, now that I think about it. He almost broke a record, and he literally dragged that bum-ass Vikings team to the playoffs. Almost by himself. Like, he probably should have been unanimous, now that I think about it. Peyton Manning wasn't all that. He was good, though, but not all that. I don't think he was the best quarterback that year. Tom was better than him, and I think Rodgers was better than him that season. He was good, though, Peyton. And then the next year, Peyton was God. But that 2012, I'm not mistaken. I think Tom and Rodgers were better than him.
J.J. Watt destroyed him. Yeah. The Badgers. yeah.
Sorry. At least you know he didn't do it for no reason. He went and became an all-time great. So it's not like he got beaten up by a bum.
But at least you can be happy that the last 3 or 4 years, a lot of great players came out of Iowa, came out of that school. So they become really good NFL players. So shout out to the Hawkeyes. They have that program is producing a lot of good talent. A lot of good talent. Even though I wish that T.J. Hawkinson was a Patriot, but he's a fucking Lion.
They drafted him top 10. There's no way in hell you're gonna do that. So
I know, but that's hard.
yeah, they're a big school. Of course, they always stack.
I really think that you should get into college football.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
You should get into it. It's fun. It's fun.
You know what else is fun? Following real sports. I'll tell you that's a joke. That's a joke. I'll take it back, everybody. It's not. I'm not serious about it. That's a joke. I know them mobs will kill me. I know them college football people don't. Or college sports period people don't play.
Especially Alabama and Tuscaloosa, they would have destroyed you.
Well, I'm never going over there anyway. So.
Oh shit.
So I know James White went over there. That's cool. I know Russell and I knew Melvin Gordon did. I didn't know that James White did.
Oh yeah, and like I said, Russell Wilson coming out of Wisconsin, 3rd round pick. Nobody think he would be who he is now. Look at him now.
And he's the 2nd best player in football. There you go.
Mind you, that same year they had my boy Matt Flynn, who I want his agent to be my lawyer or agent, just because he got paid. This nigga got paid. Sorry, he got paid. I got him paid. Did do nothing. Like, I wish I could make $50 million guaranteed.
He got paid to get beat out twice.
Yeah.
He got paid to get beat up by Russell Wilson, and then 2 years later, he got beat up by Derek Carr. Like, I don't understand how the fuck that works. Yeah, he got nothing to complain about. He like, I may not be playing, but I'm richer than all those guys, so well, not anymore for Russell Wilson. But yeah.
And he got paid because of one game. One game.
Because of one game, week 17 at that.
Got him paid. A 6-touchdown game against the bum-ass Lions got him paid. Good for you, buddy. Good for you.
I don't understand it either. Anyway, I don't understand it. The dude played one game, week 17, against a playoff team, but I don't even think Detroit was playing seriously. I don't know for sure. Because they were in the playoffs already. And he threw 6 touchdowns or whatever.
Now, I do know somebody that everyone can follow. You can follow us on iHeartradio, on Stitcher Play Radio, on Google Play Radio, at Podcast Dynasty on Twitter. You can follow us on Facebook. We're on Facebook too, by the way. We have a group.
Yeah, I gotta get on that, and then I'll send it around, and then you can share it to everybody and make them make them join.
Because Juan and I have created the most interactive podcast you can be a part of. If you want to join the fun, you can absolutely join us. Hit us up. We can make it happen.
We're also constructing a specific spot where everybody could join in and interact with us. But it's constructing where we're getting there. It's in the works.
Absolutely. So you can follow us on all those platforms. Also, when you're on iTunes, make sure that you rate and comment.
Comment. Yeah, rate. Just rate.
Yeah,
and say why we're beautiful.
And
same thing as Spotify. Same thing everywhere.
Yes. If you like my rants on the Yankees or rants period, you're gonna like this podcast. You're gonna like us, all right? But obviously we allow and open our arms to everybody who wants to be part of it, who wants to join us for discussions. We're all for it. Because at the end of the day, we may run the podcast, but this is your podcast. Yours. So that being said, I think this has gone long enough. I think we can go back to our release retro programming. This is fun today. It was fun.
It was.
Pretty fun. Our dog. Well, even though it's not my dog, but it's my dog. My dog Tiny is he heard me. Anyway, so peace out. Love the applesauce. I'll see you guys soon.